Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. Super Bowl 56. We'll see Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins taking on Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears.
So much has happened since the Super Bowl was last in this part of the U.S. in the early 90s. The Rams and Chargers have both returned to L.A., and they've constructed this incredible new palace for football, SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. And it will be the scene tonight for Super Bowl 56. And what a matchup we have. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Miami Dolphins taking on the NFC champions, the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you for this one. And Charles, for the Dolphins, what a turnaround under Brian Flores in his third season. 5 wins in 2019, 10 last year, and now an AFC title and a berth in Super Bowl 56.
They've certainly made progress. Each year he's been the head coach, and this is the best progress of all. Now they have an opportunity to hoist the Lombardi Trophy. And it's been a long time since they've made it this far. Last Super Bowl trip, 1985, lost to San Francisco in Super Bowl 19 at Stanford Stadium. And yes, they do have 2 Super Bowl titles, but they were Super Bowl 7 and 8 back in 1973 and 1974.
Meanwhile, it has been a roller coaster ride in Chicago the last few years. They've been up, they've been down, they've had double doinks, but now the Bears are back looking for what would be just their second Super Bowl title.
Now, we do know that the Bears had plenty of success pre-Super Bowl because they won 8 NFL titles to be exact. But as you just mentioned, looking for their second Super Bowl win, they did have another appearance in the big game. That was one that they lost to Peyton Manning and the Colts in Super Bowl 41. The win prior, Super Bowl 20, a huge blowout against the Patriots.
So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led by the second-year man from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
And what a time it's been for this young man since leaving Alabama as the golden child. Everyone wanted Tua to be their quarterback in the NFL in the draft. But then, after his rookie season, there are a lot of questions. Is he really the guy? Should he be quarterbacking this team? Should they be in the market for another guy? But the organization stuck with him.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Dolphins have struck quickly here in the opening minute of this Super Bowl. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. Leading him out, the rookie from Ohio State at 22 years of age, it's Justin Fields.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
On first down, Fields. That's complete to Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And it's a fumble. There, the Dolphins have got it. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Well, the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. First carry now for David Montgomery.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
From the 50, here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he'll take this one down to the 36. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one...
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Then all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Dolphins are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Fields now to throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a 1st down throw. Fields, quick slant to Brown.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On second down, it's Montgomery. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Here's Fields. This is caught. Touchdown. David Montgomery, a 9-yard touchdown ground. And the Bears cut into that lead. Santos on to try the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. And no return from Bowden. This will come out to the 25. Miami set to take over. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
On first down, Tagovailoa trying to lay one up deep. They've got his man complete. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over it.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 57 yards rushing for him now in the opening quarter of this Super Bowl.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. A play fake, now Fields to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things, and then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. The tackle by Robert Quinn. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop them short of a first down.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Well, they needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And they'll run here with Carter. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stump the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a first.
They'll run. It's Carter. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Stephen Carter. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Dolphins are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here.
64 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it, but a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery.
Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain.
Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be fourth down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away.
Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out on
the Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly.
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for the Dolphins.
Typically with catches like that, we talk about the height of the wide receiver, but he's one of the shorter receivers in the NFL.
And it doesn't seem to matter, does it? Put the tape measure away. How about some of these guys under 6 feet tall? Antonio Brown, T.Y. Hilton, and Super Bowl 53 MVP, Julian Edelman.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation.
On the handoff, it's Gaskin.
A good red zone run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Olonilua. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Dolphins are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Here's Damiere Byrd to return from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Mason. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Now they run. It's Mason. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Fields.
This will be caught by Brown.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
The Bears on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap. Fields.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, the return is voted. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 87 yards. And the Dolphins continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will extend this big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And his throw here's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. The connection made, it's Graham. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
Bowden now to return.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami's offense set and ready to go.
They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown Dolphins.
Henry runs
63 yards.
and the Dolphins continue to pull away here this first half.
Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25.
Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down. Your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Fields. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Graham. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. To throw is Fields. He's got Mason complete. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put
Yeah,
there.
didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Tua now on 1st down. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins just continue to pour it on. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And a rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the... Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Thus far, this Super Bowl has looked less like a contest and more like a coronation. And to call the second half, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
It's complete to Robinson. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Back to throw, Fields.
This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And he will have the Bears first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step, like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Big Derek Brown making the stop.
Now Mason. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
On play action, Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play.
Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them, every move they make works, it clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And to give this time to the tailback. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second down at 5.
They'll run now with Gaskin. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Runs on this drive so far. It's first and 10. Here's Gaskin. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Dolphins have got it on cruise control. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination. Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Emmanuel Ogbah make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Fields, and it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is taken at about the 14. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Dolphins offense returning to the field.
They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32.
48 yards on the ground for him so far.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. Williams is going to have the first down and a little more. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is Gaskin on the carry. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Gaskin. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown.
Myles Gaskin
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Dolphins are closing in on their 3rd Super Bowl title.
Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week. And even though it seems like this is a great chance to pull people back and maybe, not try and score a few more times, they don't want to do that. I think they're enjoying what they're seeing, the collective effort, and they want to play it all the way out.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25.
But now the Bears coming out as they get ready.
And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Derek Brown
in there to drop him, and that is the 7th time tonight that he has gone down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Looking to throw. Fields.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. He continues to be a major factor carrying the football here into the 4th quarter, Charles.
Another big gain on the ground. Big guys working strong up front. A lot of them not just taking care of business at the line of scrimmage, but getting into the linebacker spots and taking care of the second level as well.
And they're taking advantage of everything right now on the scoreboard with that lead. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the 1st down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the 4th quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest, and they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
On 3rd down, it's short and everything well executed. He not only gets the first down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. There's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Sanders on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25.
The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field.
Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Fields.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Operating from the gun, Fields. And some room to work. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. What a moment for him, a pick 6 in the Super Bowl. You think about some of the big pick 6s over the history of this huge game. I remember, because I was watching with a lot of Colts fans, Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that one pretty much sealed the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately, I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick 6, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended. That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all, and what a play here. Another pick 6 in the Super Bowl. Throwing after the interception. Fields. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
2nd and 7.
Back to throw. Fields. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Agba, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open is Robinson. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down. And the Lombardi Trophy has a home in South Florida. The Miami Dolphins are your Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.